What's up, guys? How we doing? Let me go in here. I hope everyone's doing well. I'm I'm getting ready to jump in for some calls. I hope everyone's ready for Christmas. It's been a good morning so far. So I read this book recently. I've shared this in the last week and going through it. But if you guys have not read this book, especially if you're an investor, now it says it's for agents. But this book is really, really, really good. So if you guys haven't read it, I highly recommend checking it out and really jumping in. So I'm going to jump into calls this morning. I hope you guys are doing good and getting ready for Christmas. So let's jump in. I'm reaching out to people that we've contacted before, just trying to revive some old leads. So we'll see exactly what's happening. It's been a busy week. Is this Daniel?
Speaking.
Daniel, this is Ronald Walker. I was calling about your property there in Holland on Gale.
Okay.
Yeah, you want to sell that property, man, or not really? I know we're getting ready for Christmas.
Well, I'd consider it.
Yeah. What price do you want for it if you'd consider it?
I'd have to have 200,000.
200. And if I paid the closing costs and everything, are you flexible, or is it that just what it is, 200?
Well, I was going to pay the closing costs, yeah.
Okay.
I could be a little flexible.
Gotcha. Tell me about it. Tell me about the house. What's going on with it? You know, condition. You know, what you've been doing the last few years. All the fun details.
Well, I've had a new roof put on within 5 years. Furnace. Within the last 8 years.
Okay.
Central air is good.
Nice.
New hot water heater. Let's see what else. We did the main bathroom about 2 years ago.
Okay.
Kitchen could use some minor upgrading.
Okay.
Maybe minor help.
Does it work? Everything works. There's nothing like that's just not working. It just needs some attention and some love.
And no, everything works.
Good. Okay. What else? What about like electrical and plumbing? How are the electrical and plumbing?
Both good.
Both good. All right. Are you guys working with a real estate agent or anything like that? I'm curious.
No.
Okay.
No.
Cool. So, like, catch me up to speed on what, like, do you live there? Is it a rental? Like, what was were you thinking about selling? What was going on?
Here. We live here.
Okay. So it would be quite a transition for you then. Like, do you have a place to go? Like, if we were to purchase it and go through, and I don't know if this is going to be a good fit for us because I'm a real estate investor. Okay. But if we did purchase it and we were to move down that price, have you already thought of, hey, I'm in the midst of this transition, we want to go here, or would this be like a complete uproot of you and your family's life?
It would, but kind of no biggie right now. Like I said, I'm just thinking about it. I'm not selling. As far as where we go, I have a specific location or two where I'd like to go.
Mm-hmm.
If I could, yeah, that would be it.
Okay. Different part of Michigan or something like down to Florida?
Yeah, it's close by Zeeland.
Nice. Zeeland's a good area. All right, cool. Well, okay. So check it out. I'm a real estate investor. Okay. So I'm looking to come in and buy properties, and I'm local. So I'm here in Grand Rapids, but I'm looking to buy properties to essentially make a profit on it. Okay. So not everything is a good fit for me. All right. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that 200K, and I'll tell you no if you'll tell me no. All right. So I just want you to feel comfortable telling me no if it's not a good fit. That way, we can have a real frank conversation. I'm not bugging you and hounding you and all that fun stuff. Okay. So let me ask you this. If I could come up to the 200,000 and I could pay that amount, would you own or finance it to me, or is that off the table?
I flat out sell it to you. I just want to be free and clear.
All right. So it'd just be a cash sale.
Yeah.
All right. So, so with a cash sale, if you did sell and you would do that, what would be your kind of moving time frame? What would that look like for you guys? Would it be a month, 2 months, 3 months? Like what would that all look like?
I could do a 30-day thing.
Okay. So you guys are ready to be out in 30 days.
If I get off my butt and see what's out there in the location that I like, yeah, I could be out in 30 days.
Okay. Okay. So
I'm gonna have to, you know, if it looks like you're gonna do this, then I better get off my butt and go look.
There you go. There you go. Well, and I'm not 100% sure, and it doesn't sound like you're necessarily ready to commit, right? I get kind of this, hey, I might be, but at the same time, kind of I might not be, right? So I don't even know. Like I'm kind of getting almost like a wishy-washiness from you. I'm just being straight up. I've been doing this for a long time, and a lot of times when I call out of nowhere and people are like, you know, maybe, blah, blah, that's usually a no. So like, what are you going to do if I don't buy it?
I've gotten a few calls like this before, and when I tell people the price, they're the ones, I don't mean to be wishy-washy, that's not it. But I get told, well, your price is just out of line.
Right.
No, it's not.
Right.
You know, so I guess where it's coming from is if you come up the money, hey, yeah, we'll work something out.
Right. Yeah. No, I totally understand. And it's not so much, you know, it's funny that people say, you know, the price is out of line. That's not necessarily true. I think where it comes in is like, I'm a real estate investor and I don't know who those people are, if they're just trying to lowball you or whatever. But for me, I just need to make sure, hey, I can make money on this property. Right. So, and what does that look like? And what am I willing to do? That's different than saying you're out of line, because, you know, you could turn around and list it with a realtor, and depending on what it looks like on the inside and, you know what I'm saying, fixing it up and painting it and make it fresh, you turn around and list it with a realtor probably between, from what I'm saying, between $225 and $250 if you freshen up the property, depending on exactly what it looks like. Yeah. Right. Yeah. So go ahead.
I had a deal where I did work with a realtor, and even before I actually signed with him, I pretty much had somebody that was really interested. I had a buyer lined up.
Okay.
And they were not willing to work with their commission.
Yeah, a lot of realtors are that way. Absolutely.
And I'm sorry, I'm the one that got the buyer. All I need you to do is the paperwork.
Right.
You know, and I got real turned off by that. So.
Okay.
Yeah, as far as saying, yeah, like I said, you come up with the money. Show me the money type of thing.
Right.
Yeah, we'll
and that's what I'm looking at. I'm looking at here for the market and just kind of seeing what happens. So if you were to list it with a realtor, just kind of what I'm seeing, okay, just from here, if you were to list it with a realtor, I think potentially, and obviously you have to pay commissions and such, and you have to, you know, paint it and get it ready for the list. But I'm seeing anywhere from $210 to $250. Okay. So with that being said, you know, from my end, just kind of looking at it and knowing, how many bedrooms, bathrooms does it have? I don't see here on the public record.
Bathroom and a half, and it's got 3 bedrooms.
It's got 3. Okay, perfect. So this is what it looks like. So I'm looking at, like, another investor bought a property on Rose Park, just south of you. So he paid $171. Okay. Now there's probably some guys coming in lowballing you in the 130s and stuff like that, which is, you know, probably really low. But I you know, this other investor paid $171. From me looking at it, it sounds like you've done a lot of work to it. So I wouldn't be on the low end of my range, but I'm probably, you know, I'm on the top end of my range. I'm probably really close to that 200, but not 100% there. I'm probably between 150 and like 190, you know, maybe stretching up a little bit higher than that, just being straight with you. Like that's probably about where I'm going to be. Is there any way you could work with me on that? Or is that just an absolute no-go? If it was a straight cash deal, you didn't have to worry about any costs or fees or anything.
So you're talking 190, as high as 190?
Yeah, as high as 190 is probably like, that's me stretching it. And that's, I mean, you said you got a new roof, new furnace, the electrical's good, the inside looks really nice. I'm basically just accounting for just a touch up on the inside from, wear and tear from living there. I could probably come up to, the high, on the high side, 190s, high 180s.
Yeah, I could work a little bit, be a little flexible.
Okay. Do you guys have a mortgage or anything like that, or no?
Yeah, unfortunately I do.
Okay. So essentially what that would look like if we were to go, with this, we would cover the closing costs. We would cover, there'd be no fees or, real estate stuff on there. So you wouldn't have to worry about that. But it would basically, the cost would be out of your mortgage and out of your taxes, whatever tax are owed. How much is owed on the mortgage?
About 150.
150. Another thing that helps me pay a little bit more, and I don't know if you're open to this, so just tell me no if not, but I've done this for a few guys, being able to pay you a little bit more is if I was to take over that mortgage, right? So I take over making the payments on that mortgage, it stays in place. I take the financial, I have to make the financial payments. So you were released from that, obligation. I can pay a little bit more from the house, and my financing is built in rather than me having to, bring 190,000 to the table. Would that be something you were interested in if I was to take over that mortgage?
If I'm hearing you right, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So basically what that would look like is the mortgage would stay in place. I would continue making those payments. What's the payment? Just to give me an idea.
With taxes and insurance, the smidgen over $1,000.
Okay. So I'm just going to say 1,100. I'll just round up. So it's 1,100 on a monthly payment. So essentially what that looks like is I take over that monthly payment. Okay. I continue to pay the $1,000 or the $1,100 a month. And then whatever the equity amount is between there, whatever your taxes, it would come out, but I would pay the difference between the 150 and the 190. So in this case, it'd be about $40,000. That allows me to come in and keep my costs low, so I don't have to bring 200 grand or go to my private lender and say, hey, I need 200 grand. It makes it a lot easier. And then essentially what I'm doing is, I got to not only pay him fees, but then I got transaction fees, and then I got refinance fees. So it allows me to pay you more, right? During that process. So if we were to do this and do something like that, how will you know that you guys are ready to move forward on something? Obviously it's right before Christmas. I'm a tiger in the woods. I'm looking for a couple properties right now to start off the new year strong. That's why I'm calling today. But how will you guys know this is good for you? Like, does this sound good? Do you like it? Do you not like it? What do you think?
I like that last deal. Give me till after Christmas.
Okay.
Like first of the year, first week of the new year.
Okay.
Let's talk again.
All right. So first week of the new year. And then that way you guys can work out what some of those details will look like, as far as moving, and if you guys are open to that.
Right.
Let me just be straight, because I want to cut through. I don't want to be the guy that hounds you if you're not actually interested. Do you like this or do you not like this? Like, are you leaning towards, hey, this is something we could work out, or?
I'm leaning towards that. That sounds good. That
Okay.
sounds real good.
All right. I just want to be cognizant of your time. My name's Ronald Walker, by the way, or Ronnie Walker.
Okay.
So you can put my number in your phone, and I'll send you a text afterwards. I just don't want to hound you, right? I don't like being the guy who calls over and over again. If you're not interested, dude, I just want you to tell me. So if I call you after the new year, which we'll get through next week. What's that?
Yeah. This will give me a chance to talk more with the wife, look around for a spot that I want to be at.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to have a few things in place, and then I'll be able to tell you a little bit more.
Yeah, I think that's perfect.
A lot more, sorry.
Yeah, no, I think that's perfect, Daniel. Do you go by Dan or Daniel?
Either one.
Okay, cool.
Either one.
All right, Daniel. So we're going to shoot for after the new year. you're open to me just taking over that mortgage and making the monthly payment on the half and paying you the remaining balance. It sounds like it's pretty new on the inside. Just to kind of let you know, if we do decide to move forward, we pay all the closing costs, we do that, but I do need an inspection, okay? Because we're just talking on the phone. I would need to come out, or my partner would have to come out and walk through the property and do an inspection just to make sure everything's good. We buy a couple a month. And so, but we do need inspections on the property, so we'd have to do that afterwards. You get the remainder of the cash sale, and then we would just have to work out a transition timeline for you and your family, and work out some of those logistics and details, because it's a pretty big move, right? If you guys have been living there for a while, you guys are going to have to figure out, okay, what does moving look like? Where are we going? All that fun stuff. So we'll have to work out those details as well. Is there anything else that you're nervous about in the midst of potentially selling?
Not right now.
Okay.
Right now. I'm a little short on time right now.
Okay.
Let's talk after the first of the year.
Let's do it. All right, Daniel, you get out of here, and I'll make a note here and give you a call back.
Okay.
All right. Bye. You're the man. Have a Merry Christmas. All right. What'd you guys think of that? That was pretty good. Let's see. That was pretty good, huh? So, if you guys saw that, he was asking pretty high. The ARV, the houses in the area are going between 220, basically 225 and 270. Actually, the highest one I saw was 260. ARV. So, the average, right around in the 245 to 255 mark. So a cash deal doesn't 100% work, right? We needed a little bit lower than that, but an owner finance deal works. And from a cash on cash perspective, if we could take over the mortgage, that'd be super sweet. So that's a good one. So I'm going to put some notes in here, especially we could do that. And then on the next call, so after the new year with the follow-up, what I'm looking at is I'm going to see if I can get him down a little bit on the cash side, get him a little bit of a monthly payment. If not, that's okay. And it still might not work out, right? We're a long ways off, and I'm calling right before Christmas. So, let's see. I'm going to make some notes here. Any thoughts on you guys? And I'm actually going to do a follow-up for next Wednesday. So it's not after the new year, but I do like to just touch base. Couple hot lead. I like to just touch base and see, right? Hey, are you still thinking this or no? Because it's still up in the air, right? It's not an actual full-blown lead yet. It's not a full-blown deal. So, sorry guys, I'm just going to make some notes here on that one. So let me grab the address. Update Podio. Any questions? I know that was, going into it. Any questions on what I did or the direction I did go? Totally open to answering any of that while I'm updating this. So, Gail. All right. So this is hot, actively working. All right. I'm just going to make some notes, guys. So he wants 200K, but said he did 190. Another cool thing there, guys, that I think is just so powerful is he told me at the beginning of the call that he'd do 200K and that was it. Then I gave him a range and he came down to 190. Then I threw the owner financing at him again, right? He said no to owner financing originally, but when I presented it a different way, he said yes, he just wants the cash, right? And so he knew he had a mortgage there. And so the way I presented it, I just did it a little bit differently. He wants to move to Zealand. Move in 30 days. 30 days. Okay. Was busy. Talk after New Year. Open to me taking over the mortgage. Sorry guys, I'm just putting in here. Rough. And I feel like there was something else. 1,100 a month. 1,100 per month. PIPI. Cool. All right, let's jump in and let's grab another one. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Let me jump over to this live. Oh dang, there's a lot of comments here. You just slid that subject to into his lap. Yeah, bro, that's what it is. Wow, he just confirmed that this is what he really wants. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, and that's really what it is, right? As we're talking, so the down payment would essentially be the equity amount, right? That's what we talked about. The equity amount between 150 and 190, right? So that's 40 grand. Okay. Now we're going to try to squeeze that on the next call, but I wasn't going to go in because he wasn't ready to make a decision quite yet. Let me make sure I hit play on my calls. Okay. But he wasn't ready to do that, right? He wasn't ready to commit, but I got him to commit to one step, right? There's a book. I don't know if I actually have it up here. It's let's see. I just pulled it out the other day. Anyway, it's like something about closing. It's Inaro Anthony something. Anyway, he talks about there's commitments that you need to get to closing. So just look at those commitments. So I do have my dialer going right now. So it's calling through people. So if I get interrupted, we're just going to go from there, guys. So, but yeah, he told me no twice. Hello?
Hello?
Hey, is this Richard?
Hello? This is, yeah.
All right, cool. This is Ronald Walker. I was calling about your property on 84th Street in Caledonia.
Okay, what about it?
I was wondering if you're interested in selling that property or not. My name is Ronnie, by the way.
Which one?
I have the one I'm looking at is 72220.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's a rental property I've got. At this point, I've had quite a few inquiries about it. And,
right.
Probably not going to do anything until spring and that. I just, they're both on month to month, and
gotcha.
At this point, I just don't want to freak them out.
Yeah, no. Especially with Christmas around the corner, totally understand that, bro. What would be the asking price if you did sell it, off market to a cash buyer or whatever? What would you ask them?
What I've been talking about is 150 for it.
Okay, around 150.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I'm a real estate agent myself, so
okay, yeah, totally get it. Yeah, no. I'm a tiger in the woods right now. That's why I'm working right here before Christmas. I'm trying to line up a couple. We buy a couple a month, and I wanted to finish this out strong so we could start 2020 strong. So,
yeah, it's a long-term renter that I've had in there probably 8-9 years, and I've had a number of people that just want to go through it and that, and supposedly ready to buy, and then a cash offer, and that. It's just I don't want to freak them out right before Christmas. And so
right.
I thought I'll wait, and maybe if you want to give me a call back in another couple months, probably be a little more interested.
Yeah. No, I could do that. Let me ask you two more questions before I let you go. I know I caught you right in the middle of something. One, would you be willing to owner finance it, or would it be just a straight cash deal?
More than likely a straight cash deal. It'd be dependent on what the owner financing was. I've had some where they've offered owner financing, and unlike a land contract.
Yeah.
I basically become the bank, and they have the deed of the property. I'm not interested at all in anything like that. But for a land contract, I might be able to do this.
Okay. So open to a land contract. It just depends on the terms or whatever. And then as far as timeline, I don't want to be. Look, I don't like being the guy who like hounds and calls over and over. I'm not that guy. I know some people are like that. What do you think you'd reasonably be open to as far as timeline? Are we talking January? Are we talking March? What does that look like? And I'll just, I like staying in front of people, but I also don't like hounding them, if you're really open to selling.
Where I'm at right now, in fact, I'm up here right now. We've got another home up by Cadillac, between Cadillac and Reed City, and we're going to be
nice.
up here. So, I've owned that property, I don't know, probably 35 years or more. It's been a great rental. I mean, it's never, open for very long, and it's one of those, being in Caledonia, you just get a lot of,
it's a beautiful area there too.
Yeah. So where I'm at is I don't want to own something, 100 miles away from me in that. So
yeah.
I'm going to start looking to get rid of them. Probably, I'll probably start, we're going forward for the month of March.
Okay.
So, probably, sometime after that, with the goal to try to have them sold by, summer sometime.
When you say, you keep saying them, how many do you have?
I got three. I've got two other properties that were probably more leaning towards, right now, the residential properties. They're on the East Belt Line. I've just got three left right now.
Okay.
And they're between 3 and 4 mile right on the Belt Line in the last piece of property that's not commercialized. And I've got 5 acres there between the two properties. It's all East Belt Line frontage and that.
Is it just vacant? Is it just vacant land, or are they actual like rentals?
No. There's 2 homes, big homes. I think the one's probably about 2,200 square foot, and the other's probably about 2,000. I try and just have nice properties. That's what I've done pretty much my whole life and that. So, these are, bringing in a couple $1,000s a month, and they're, just, all the snow plowing, everything's on maintenance contracts. So, they're just kind of no-brainers for me. But again, once I move up here, I don't want to be one of those absentee owners that something's going wrong and I find out about 6 months later. So, so my goal is to get rid of them all. But again, at this point, I don't want to freak anybody out, and then they start looking and I end up with a vacant property in the middle of the winter.
Right. No, absolutely. Well, especially right before Christmas. I totally get it.
Exactly. So yeah, that's where I'm at. And those, I don't know if you're familiar with that area, but right now, they got a little hospital, I think a Metro hospital on 3 mile on the Belt Line, and then they just put in 400 apartments.
Yeah, I actually, my son, my youngest son, I got a 3-year-old. We actually had to get a couple of his teeth pulled right near where you were at. There's a dentist literally right up the Belt Line. So I'm actually really familiar with the area there.
Okay, yeah. So there's and then right across the street they're putting in, I think, 34 condos. So there's just nothing left. And it's a great rental. It's real secluded off a private drive, and that. On the other hand, it's somebody's going to develop it eventually. Yeah. And that just very low profit left.
That farmland that's right behind your property, I'm assuming somebody else owns that right up to the Thornapple. Is that right?
Well, you mean the Grand River?
Is it the Grand?
Which wait, you're talking about Caledonia.
Yeah. I was looking at Caledonia. We kind of switched. We went back and forth. Sorry.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, that's owned by Butch Walton. He owns that. I think it's either an 80 or a 120 there.
Okay.
He owns on both sides of Thornapple there.
Okay. Yeah, that's a really pretty area. I'm definitely interested. So I'd love to follow up if there's something we could do. I really like that spot right there. And
give me a call sometime in March. Like I said, I'll be gone, but at least I'll be thinking about it. And if it's still interesting, we can take a look at it in April.
All right, I think that's good. I'll stay in front of you, and I wish you and your family a Merry Christmas.
You too.
And hey, again, my name was Ronnie Walker, Richard.
Okay, sounds good. Ronnie.
All right, thanks, man. Bye.
Bye now.
All right. One of the biggest mistakes, I'm just going to make some notes on this deal. While I talk to you guys, one of the biggest mistakes that I think a lot of people make is real estate is one of the few businesses that can be truly transactional and make a lot of money. Okay. It's one of the few businesses. And so what happens is any other business, you need a personal connection to make $10,000 on a sale, right? Real estate's not like that. You can just be very transactional, and it's like, man, I'm not getting it right now. But if you can think pipeline, if you can think, how can I follow up with them? What does my automated system look like to stay in front of them? How can I make sure I'm touching base with them? Guys, it'll be amazing. Like right now, I'm going to make notes. I'm going to put it on my calendar, and then I have an automated sequence he's going to get from me. That's just going to stay in front of him. Hey, I was thinking about you, blah, blah, blah. Hey, you still open to sell? And that way it stays in front of him all the way up. So he sees my name through this whole process. So in March, this dude would not remember one phone call the day before Christmas all the way in March, right? Like it's just not going to happen. And we've talked to him We've talked to him 3 times. Okay. My acquisition coordinators talked to him. And we talked to him back in August, June. We talked to him in June. So 12, 23. And moving to And who knows, it might not work, right? But we want to put ourselves in the best chance possible. Two are on the spell line. He's had them for years, so let me do bullet points. Had for 20 years. Doesn't want to freak out renters. He said good people. He wants a cash deal, not open to owner financing unless terms were good. I got a whole bunch of other notes in here already, so I think that's what that one's going to look like. But just go into it. A lot of people will just cut off and be done and be like, "Oh, we're done. I'll just follow up later." And I don't take that approach, guys. Like, this is a relationship business, and I think that the more that we can take that approach of, especially if you're in a smaller market, if you're call lead, especially if you're in a smaller market, right? If you're in a smaller market, your name's going to get around even among sellers. If you're in a bigger market, it's not as big of a deal, but you just set yourself up to the next time you talk to them if you expect to do follow up, right? Otherwise, you're just going transactional. So let me start this dialer again. Any other questions? How we doing? Do you know what he wants at dump home? Please let me know the books. It's Anthony Inarano or something like that is the closing one I was just telling you about. Let me pull this up. Let me see. Where can I find it? Here we go. It was right here. The lost art of closing. That's what it is. So winning 10 commitments that drive sales. So the idea is that every time you talk to someone, you're getting micro commitments, right, along the way. And so this is really good. Really, really good one. Another one on closing, specifically negotiating. This one is really, really good. Inked. So by Jeb Blount. Really, really, really good stuff. So lots of good stuff. I recommend it.
To an automatic voice message system.
Steve Smith
Is not available. At the tone, please record your message. When you have finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options.
Steve, this is Ronald Walker. I was calling you about your property in Midland. On Midland Drive, excuse me. Wanted to see if you were open to selling that property. I probably caught you at a bad time. I know the holidays are right around the corner. If you have a minute, feel free to give me a call back. If not, I'll just follow back up with you to see if you're interested. You can reach me here on this phone number, man. I'd love to talk to you. Thanks again, Steve. Have a Merry Christmas. All right. What else do we got? Yeah, bro. There we go. Amazon lost art of closing. Thank you, whoever did that. I can't see the name on there, but thanks for putting that up there. That's a really good one. Make sure I hit play. Yep, we're still going. Jerome. Cool. Any other questions? Hello?
Hi. Sorry I missed your call. Leave your name, number, and a brief message, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Make it a fun time day.
Deborah, I really love your voicemail. This is Ronnie Walker. I was calling about your property on Jasmine Drive in Holland. I wanted to see if you were open to selling that property, if you're open to a potential cash offer and maybe work. I'm a local investor. So feel free to give me a call back. If I don't hear from you, have a Merry Christmas, and I will try calling you back. Again, the name is Ronnie Walker. You can reach me at 616-236-4387. Again, that's 616-236-4387. I would love to have a conversation with you. Thank you. Daniel, thanks so much for putting that in, bro. I appreciate you putting that Amazon link in. Any other questions you guys got about what we got going on? Yasin, you're the man, bro. I hope you got that deal. You put it under contract, or you're working it. That one we're working on before. So that's pretty baller. Hope things are going well on your side. Still making calls. The dialer's going. The other thing, guys, I don't know. You guys can't really see my setup here. Hello? Is Esley there?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is Ronnie Walker. I was calling about a property on Baldwin Street in Grand Rapids.
Yeah.
You guys wanting to sell that property or no? Sounds like you're skeptical.
I just did.
Oh, you just did?
Yeah.
Man, you didn't sell it to me.
No, because somebody paid cash for it.
Oh, man, I would have paid cash for it too. That's cool. What'd you sell it for? I'm curious.
$220.
$220. Nice, man. Well, congratulations. That's a good Christmas present.
Yes, it is, because I didn't have to pay any closing costs or anything, or inspection or anything. So it's $220 cash. So that was good. So that's why I took it.
Man, I'm very happy for you. Good. Congratulations. I'm sad I missed out, but I know it must feel good getting the thing closed up and getting the cash before Christmas.
Yep.
All right.
Thanks for calling.
Absolutely, man. Have a Merry Christmas.
See you too.
Bye-bye. All right. That stuff just fires me up. If you want to fire me up, get me just freaking out, that is exactly how to do it. That lead has been in my system. Let's find out. Gosh. We've been following up with that dude for 6 freaking months. Sold to someone else. That stuff just freaking pisses me off. We've been following up with him for 6 months. We've called him. We've talked to him like 8 times. Someone else was able to convert it, and we weren't. Gosh, that's just part of the business. Use that stuff as fuel. Like Michael Jordan, when someone just does it in your face, man, you just use it as fuel to do the next one. So let me grab. We actually have 2 leads in there. All right, one of them's removed. Whew. All right, let's jump in. Man, I hate when that happens, guys. I hate that. Any other questions? Any other thoughts? I just started cold calling. Hello?
This is Dick Join.
Hey, I was looking for Calvin. I think I got the wrong number.
This is.
Oh, I'm actually calling about a property on Jackson Street in Spring Lake, seeing if you wanted to sell.
Not yet. My daughter's living there, so I'm not ready to sell it yet.
Okay, cool. Are you planning on in the future or no?
Maybe check with me first of the year.
All right, I'll call you after the first, man. Get back to work. Daughter's living there. What was your question? I just started cold calling. How often should I follow up if a seller says they're not interested? I currently have my CRM set up to follow up every 6 months. Should I go longer or shorter? That's a great question. So the way I set it up, so when it goes into not interested, it actually waits 60 days. At 60 days, they get their first text message from me. And then I'm implementing also RVMs into that. They haven't been there in the past, but I'm just putting it in that they'll start getting messages, voicemails from me. But basically it starts, hold on. Oh, sorry. I thought someone answered. Basically it starts at 60 days with a text message. And then it's a frequency between 15 and 45 days. Okay. That they get reoccurring text messages. I have 10 text messages they get over a year period, and then it starts again. So it'll
The mailbox is full
literally
and
go
cannot accept
indefinitely.
any messages at this time. Goodbye.
Replay this. And then it goes indefinitely, but they get a text message, and then if they respond, that text message actually comes back into my Podio, and we can see new text messages. We can see people who text us. So, hello?
Please record your message.
Oh, it's a
When you
voicemail.
have finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options.
Lucas, this is Ronald Walker. I was calling about your property on Park in Grand Rapids. I'm a real estate investor. I'd love to make you a cash offer on that property and see if we could work together. Sure, I caught you at a bad time before Christmas. Feel free to give me a buzz back here on this number. It's 616-236-4386. 7. I appreciate your time, man. Bye. So that's my follow-up system, bro. That's what I do. So it can be different, but I like to just, and my stuff is really low, like chill. It's not like I would say create your follow-up system like you're a human. Hey, we touched base a while back, wanted to follow up, have you change your mind? Hey, just super chill. Hey, this is Ronald Walker. We talked a few months ago. Wanted to see if you might be open to selling. Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, is this Isaiah?
It is.
Isaiah.
Who's this?
This is Ronald Walker, bro. I was calling about your property on Warden Street.
Okay.
Do you want to sell that? You sound skeptical. You also sound like you're in a basement or something.
Yeah, I'm working on another property right now.
Gotcha.
I'm okay right now, man. I ain't thinking about selling. I'm thinking about it, but I'm not in a rush.
Okay. Yeah, no, I totally understand. You want me to, if you're open, I'm looking for a house. So we buy a couple a month. I'm looking. If you're open and we can just do it at a better time, you want me to call you next week or after the new year, or what's up?
Yeah, call me after the new year, man.
All right. I'll call you after New Year, bro. You get back to work.
All right, yeah.
All right. Merry Christmas.
Yeah, all right, bye-bye.
Bye. All right. Make notes on that one. So that's my follow-up system. That's what we do. I also do, just as a bonus on top, I actually have different statuses in my Podio, and the different statuses, what freaking happened? Oh, that was a text message lead. Nice. Sorry guys, I was just making a note here. Let's just I have multiple. So I have multiple statuses in my Podio. Basically what those statuses look like. It's new leads, JV leads, from when JV people, they want to partner on deals, they submit them. People we've attempted to contact, hot, which are actively working, cultivating, which are warm, but they kind of declined our offer, but they're motivated. We have long-term follow-up, which is, hey, I do want to sell, but I want to sell in the future. They want retail price or more. That's a status. They signed a contract with us. We don't want their property. So it's for one reason or another, we don't want it, whether it's the area, whatever I put, we don't want the property. I'm not interested. They're not interested. They sold to somebody else. It's listed with a realtor. It's a good realtor referral, and then do not contact, dead, wrong number, or duplicate lead. Those are my statuses. So what happens is per status, because they're situation oriented, I'll click on the status. Like for instance, these ones I've been clicking on long-term future follow-up, right? On some of these. Then I go in and I have a follow-up sequence that is tailored to that particular status. If it's a long-term follow-up, same thing with hot. If I have a hot working lead, I actually have a hot working status that is like a text message, and it's just me staying in front of them. That's not intrusive. It's like, hey, when you have a second, give me a buzz. And it's just an opportunity for them to call me and to stay engaged. And I change that depending on the status and what their situation is. And that way it's a little bit more tailored, so it's not vanilla. Oh, I forgot to hit play. There we go. So I hope that helps with the status. Am I calling up to Christmas? So I actually am calling through tomorrow. I'm personally taking off the later part of tomorrow. I have some Christmas parties, and then Thursday I'm doing family, and then Friday we're doing family, and then Saturday is obviously Christmas. So for me, I'm actually going to be done Wednesday afternoon. We got a whole bunch of stuff going on. What are you using for your auto dialer? I am using smartphone, so I don't use Mojo. Yes, and I know you do. I use Smart Dialer. It's actually connected to my Podio, which is cool. So what I can do is I can literally go into a status of new lead and I can create a dialer per status. So like on all new leads every morning, I can go into new lead cold, all my new lead cold calls, all my new lead SMSs, all my new lead direct mail, whatever came in, I can just create a dialer in smartphone on whatever status. I hit the dialer, I go through and it just calls them. That way I don't have to like hit the button, blah, blah, blah. And I don't have to like export and load into Mojo. It's just all integrated in Podio. So we do that, and then I can go to another one. So like when this is done, I could go to my attempted. Everybody's I've attempted but haven't gotten in contact with. That's what my acquisition coordinator is doing right now, actually. From there, everything's just in Podio, and that way it can update directly from my smart dialer into Podio, and it just makes it really, really simple. I really like CallRail as well. I've used CallRail for a number of years. Right now, we only use CallRail to track our direct mail leads. As far as what it looks like, I have phone numbers in CallRail, or excuse me, in smartphone. So I have a number of phone numbers. So my actual number is in smartphone. So whenever anybody calls me back, it does ring directly to my cell phone, which I don't answer normally. But it rings in, it'll create a lead. Let me just make sure this dialer's still going. Yeah, it's still going. Oh, did it get through all the leads? It's got one left. It'll create new leads. It tags when somebody calls me so I can see it. All of that, but it's all in smartphone. And then CallRail is layered on top of smartphone that it filters through, so I can track direct mail leads through CallRail, and then it comes into my smartphone. From there, it'll forward to my main phone if it's there, and then if I have my hot leads, my system is, because I want to be able to answer them if they call me, right? But I'm not really interested in answering. Hello?
Hello.
Is this Steve?
Yeah.
Steve, this is Ronald Walker. I was calling about your property on TrueFont.
My property on Truefit.
Yeah. Do you want to sell that?
Okay. What? Did you call before?
I feel like we've talked recently.
Okay, I'll talk to you later, babe. Bye.
All right. What's your offer?
I don't know yet. What do you want for it?
200.
200? I'm not sure I can do 200. Can you tell me about it?
It's a double wide on about an acre with a pole barn.
It has a pole barn in the back. Are you guys living there or no?
Yep.
Gotcha. Yeah, I mean, I probably can't do 200, bro. Just looking at it. So, I'm an investor. So would you own or finance it to me or no?
No, we would have to buy a place to live, so
okay,
that'd be out of the question.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna call it a no-go, man. I apologize if I called you back.
All right, that's all right.
All right, Merry Christmas.
Yep, you too. Bye.
Actually, I already talked to that guy. I forgot to move him out of. It must have been on one of my last lives. So I actually had a pretty long conversation with him. He is. I remember as soon as it came up, it was very familiar. So I'm gonna do not interested and follow up. So yeah, so that's how I work my system. So that was my last lead. So let's close this session and we'll open up another session. So we'll go to dial. Any other questions? You guys are freaking awesome, by the way. You guys make this so much easier. Just having, especially, I really like the engagement, being able to answer questions. I actually find this fun, right? Like jumping on here and doing it live. It also sharpens me, it causes me to be a little bit sharper. Like, oh dude, there's people watching. Like I can't screw this stuff up, which makes me more money and all that stuff. So I just did that. We've got, he's gone through the attempted, and let's see. I think that was the end of my dialing session that I was going to do. So I might just jump off. So I've got hot. We just went through the entire cultivating. I do have the long-term follow-up and what that looks like. But a lot of that's not stuff we want to call right now. So I think that's going to be it, guys, for today. So I hope you guys really enjoyed this. If you have any questions, dude, make some more calls, bro. Ken, absolutely, bro. Dude, make them. It's freaking awesome. Like once you jump in, like here's the thing: the antidote to fear is action. Okay, the antidote to fear is action. So just take action, and the more you do, if you suck, like let's be real, if you suck at calls, just do more calls. Put some reps in. Right? It's like when you don't do push-ups and then you do push-ups, it's hard to do 10 push-ups, right? But then you do push-ups every day, and all of a sudden you're doing 50 push-ups. You get better, right? Your muscles get better. The way you talk gets better. All of that is good. So guys, put it in. If anything else, if you're cold calling, like straight cold calling, where it's a little bit harder than the leads I'm dealing with because these are already processed, that's fine. That's freaking awesome. If anything, the reason why I love cold calling is it builds courage. Okay. So anyway, I'm done for my call session. I might jump on a little bit later. By the way, we have real estate power play today here in an hour and a half. So if you guys are on, jump on real estate power play. It's me, it's Mark, and it's Marty Grisanti. Freaking, we're gonna jump on. We love to answer your questions, guys, and do that. But that is here in an hour and a half. Check out our podcast, check out our YouTube, whatever that looks like. Love to have you. And if you want to do anything or whatever, or have this, just look for me live. See you guys.